Ladies and gentlemen, we are live for another episode of the weekly win streak. It's your boy TP3 Bets coming to you live with none other than the man himself. What up, bro? Guys, we're back again off a winning day yesterday, trying to do it once again for y'all. Bro, how we feeling today, my man?
We're feeling great. We're ready to get wins. We're ready to cash. We got the wind freaking howling. So if you guys hear whistling through my window over here, I apologize. It's freaking gale force out here. But T, how are you? How'd you do it? I heard you did really well yesterday too, by the way.
Yeah, we swept again. We swept on
Wow.
Thursday. We swept yesterday. 5 straight winning days, 8 free play winners in a row. We are on an absolute fucking heater right now. So yeah, man, we're feeling pretty good. Me and Bro were both all over that Cardinals game. Easy winner there. Bro didn't even have to sweat that team total. That shit cashed in like the third inning. So you gotta love it when things play out like that. Tampa Bay was the biggest lock I've ever handed out in my entire career. Tampa Bay in the third inning was up like 8-0.
Yeah, man, I saw that shit. I was like, wow. T was all over that. That was fucking money.
I will say that's probably one of the strongest caps we've had in a long time in the MLB. And there's actually another game that I've just a strong cap on today in the MLB. So, we got a nice free play for y'all. We got a lot of plays. We got 2 plays in the NBA, including a max play. We got 4 plays as well. So if y'all want to click the link in my bio and get in my VIP now, if you're watching this stream, use the exclusive code TP3 to get 40% off, or you can go on SoBet and get my daily free picks over there. But bro, you want to tell the people where they can find all your picks today, and how'd you end up doing yesterday?
Yeah, well, first of all, hold on really quick. I don't mean to disregard the question. I'm definitely going to answer them. But what was your tell on Tampa? How was I love Shane Baz, but what was the reason that you loved it so much?
Yeah, so Boston was number 1 in the league in strikeouts by 15 more strikeouts than second place in the last 8 games. So automatically, I know Shane Baz is a high strikeout pitcher, really good at, whipping it in there and getting those Ks. So I was like, all right, that's really going to play to my advantage here. I have a team that strikes out a ton against a pitcher who relies on strikeouts to get majority of his outs. And then my second reason that I really liked the play here was Tampa Bay was absolutely crushing the baseball. Tanner Houck has been really sketchy. And so I was like, Tampa Bay's seen all a decent bit in the past. They've been sketchy. Tampa Bay's hitting the ball well here at home. So it was just like my batting numbers were all over Tampa Bay there. And then you throw in the fact that I have a team who strikes out a ton against a guy who wants to strike you out to get you out. All that lines up for a play there.
I mean, damn, dude. I was just fucking shook because I liked it. But then being minus 122, I was like, something's not. I didn't trust it, so I didn't take it. It was definitely the right play. I loved it. I ended up winning. Yesterday was like a weird fucking day for real for me. I ended up winning unit in a little bit more than a unit, just because one of my plays was plus. Actually, both my 2 plays were plus money. We needed it. We needed to get back. We needed to get back on the winning ways. And super excited for today's slate. You can find me on Instagram. You can find me on TikTok. You can find me and all my plays on SoBet. Last day of the weekly sale. It's only $18 right now, and it's $49 a month. Get in there. A lot of good plays. A lot of good action.
Hey, I like that a lot, bro. Yeah. Yeah, man, we've just been, me and bro have been putting our heads down, man, going to work here for y'all. So we got some good action. We got some good picks coming in here for y'all. We got people floating in right now at 46. So yeah, it's a good thing to have as many people in here. Like I said, guys, if you click the link in my bio and y'all want to join the winning team, use the code TB3, get 40% off, active only for the people in the stream. Anyway, bro, let's see if we can't win again today, man. We got home run hitters. We got all that. I'm pretty sure I said Mookie Betts is a home run hitter yesterday and he hit one, right?
Yeah, that was sick. Good call, bro. That was sick as fuck.
Appreciate it. That was one of the chalkiest home run hitters on the board. So, of course he got there. But the ball's going to be flying out, guys. Wind is blowing out heavily today in the MLB. With that being said, bro, give the people the first free play of the stream.
Yeah, absolutely. No wonder I can't see shit. You know what? No. We're just going to do it. They're dirty, and it's going to be bright as fuck. Just realized I didn't have my glasses on. But we're going to go to the MLB because I know you guys want NBA, but we got to wait. It's a play-in tournament. It's like the grand finale. It's like the big show at the end of the fireworks. You got to wait. So we're going to start in the MLB. And I do really like the total in this game. We're going to go in the Washington-Pittsburgh game. And we're going to take the over in this game for a couple of different reasons. One, just from an atmospheric weather standpoint, we got fucking, like I just said, it's super windy here. It's also, I mean, there's like winds whipping across America. 15 to 25 mile per hour sustained winds straight out to center field with gust up to 40. And then you got two pitchers on the mound. Jake Irvin, 5.63 ERA, and all three of his starts this year, the total has gone over 10. Okay. Mitch Keller on the other side. Yes, did he just go 7 scoreless innings? Yeah. But the game before that, he gave up 7 fucking earned runs. His ERA is still over 4, and he had 7 scoreless innings, and we're only a few weeks into the season. Lastly, or not lastly, 2 points, final points. PNC Park, where the Pirates play, 6-1 to the over. Lastly, in the last 5 head-to-head games, all five of them have had at least 8 points. 8 points. The fuck am I saying? 8 runs.
There we go. Bro was thinking about the play-in already. Yeah, Mike, it's pretty windy across the league today in the MLB. There's a lot of heavy winds blowing out. So if you're looking at totals, make sure you take a look. There's also, I think, a game where there's like 15 mile per hour winds blowing in as well. So definitely make sure you take a look at that stuff today. Typically, if it was hotter outside, I'd be all over some overs today. I'm more of a, I don't know. I feel like the games that are where it's cold outside will still go over, but the ball doesn't carry as much unless it's hot. But I actually really like this play. Washington's currently 4th to last in strikeouts on offense in the last 8 days. They're top 5 in runs scored and top 10 in batting average. Washington's actually raking right now. And Josh Bell is one of the top pitchers or hitters today that grades out against pitching matchup today. So that's a good thing too, that like Josh Bell, not one of the studs of the lineup, grades out hot here. So I like all these things that Bro listed out here. And I think he's going to hit this one for sure. I actually looked very heavily at Washington on the money line in this game. I like Washington in this game today for sure, but didn't make my card.
Well, appreciate you, T. Now, what do you got for the folks? I know you got an MLB lot.
Oh yeah, we got one. We're going to go to a game I played last night, and we're going to take the exact same play again. We're going to go with the over 7.5 runs tonight in a matchup between the Chicago Cubs and the San Diego Padres. So first of all, guys, Randy Vasquez on the surface is a 1.72 ERA. Yeah, he does. But his expected ERA is 6.75. That means he's getting extremely lucky here in a Cubs lineup that is currently top 5 in batting average, tied for first in runs scored in the last 8 games, is going to take advantage of that. I think Randy Vasquez gets shelled today. And on the flip side of things, you see Shota Imanaga starting him, and you think, oh, wow, he's going to deal today. Well, the Padres have the 6th most plate appearances against lefties, and they sit 6th in batting average this season against left-handed pitching. And let's also not forget to mention the Padres are top 5 in runs scored and batting average in the last 8 games. Imanaga is good, but I don't think he's going to walk away from this game unscathed. The best pitchers don't have 0 ERAs. He's going to give some runs up here. We have 2 elite offenses that are both dialed in. It's like in the 60s here. It's a perfect day to play some freaking baseball. I think the Padres are going to score at least 3 to 4 runs here. We get 4 runs from each team. We win. That's all we need here. I think we should get that again. I could even see this game being a repeat of last night. So give me the over the total in this game.
Yeah, I really like that play. I actually have a play in this game over in the VIP. First of all, T texted me last night when the Padres were down. I think it was 3-0 or 3-1.
3-1.
Yeah, and I was like, man, this shit's fucked. He's like, nah, you're fine. They're going to come back. And then it was like an hour later, I got a rogue text. Here they come. And then nothing else from TP3 the rest of the night. And I didn't hear anything. I fell asleep. I just figured they lost because I didn't hear anything. I look at the next morning, 10-4. TP3 willed that victory for us. But
hey, I can't lie. That game was on kind of late. Once in the next inning, when they hit the over and they took the lead, I was like, I'm just going to go to bed. I'm not going to say anything here, bro. And hopefully he wakes up a winner. The first thing I did was check the score. I was like, bro's happy.
Fuck yeah, dude. I was pumped. I was definitely pumped. Also, I will say this. Shota got fucking lit up his last start. He got hit hard, and the Padres are the 4th best hitting team against lefties. I like the over a lot. And this game reminds me of the Astros Cardinals game yesterday. It was priced at 7.5. You had like 2 decent pitchers, but situationally, it was just like it's waxed. 7.5, Mike. Right?
Yeah, I think 7.5. I would play it even at 8 still. I think you're still going to win. I'm telling y'all, this line is priced low because it's a trap. They want you to see Shota and they want you to see Randy Vasquez as ERA, but in reality, runs will come early and often in this game.
I couldn't agree more. I love that play. All right. So we just gave you 2 freaking locks from TP3 and what up, bro? Make sure you're following us on all social medias. It's Instagram, that's TikTok, that's X. Guys, we're going to give away, TP3 and I both agreed to give away an X exclusive play tomorrow. So make sure you're following us on X. It's only going to be on X. We're going to collab on it and give it out there. We also have home run props for you guys on this show. I have 2. T, do you have 1 or 2?
I'll give out 2, and then I'll also give another guy
Okay.
that I think over bases is a good look.
Fuck, this guy's fucking ready over here. He's locked and loaded. All right, bet. So, all right, far away. What do you got?
Oh, wow, I'm on the spot. All right,
You're on the
Randy
spot.
Arozarena to hit a home run today. Currently, Randy Arozarena has had 6 career plate appearances versus Lodolo. He's 4 for 6 with 2 nukes, so not a bad look there. Josh Bell has had 13 plate appearances against Mitch Keller. He has 4 walks, 6 hits, and 2 home runs there. And then my last one here to get a hit. Let's see here. Who was it to get a hit that I liked? Bryce Harper versus Justin Verlander. I don't hate him to go over his total bases. Bryce Harper has 6 hits and 12 plate appearances against Verlander and 2 walks. So he's done pretty well against Verlander. So maybe look to play a prop on his over total bases or something like that.
Yeah, I like that. I think Philly, I wanted to play Philly's team total, but it was 5.5. I'm like, oh, fuck off. That's crazy. But I think Verlander gets shelled tonight. He's old. His arm is old. And speaking of an old arm, I'm going to talk about a pitcher that has an old arm here and why we're going to take a home run prop. Two home run props that I got. Back to the Pirates Nationals game. O'Neal Cruz. If you probably didn't watch the game yesterday, I didn't either, but I did happen to look back and just see his at bats. Really, really good at bats, and he hit a nice double, a nice deep double in the gap. He has decent BVPs. He only has 2 at bats, but he has a double against Irvin. Wind's blowing out. I think O'Neal Cruz is due. He's been, he hasn't really been hitting the ball very well. I just think he's due, and that's the play there. I think he's due. Anyways, the other home run prop that I have is Carlos Santana for the Cleveland Guardians. You want to talk about an old arm? T knows about Mr. Charlie Morton and his old arm. His arm was cooked in Atlanta last year. I can't believe he's back in the league. This guy is 41 now for the Orioles. We have another game. We have winds 15 to 30 miles per hour with gust up to 40, blowing out into right field, which favors lefties. Now, comes Carlos Santana. He's a lefty, and Morton has gotten shelled, absolutely fucking shelled. In his last couple of starts, he's given up 3 home runs in 3 starts, including 2 home runs in his only home outing. Baltimore's at home today. And Santana, he has 11 at bats against Morton and 2 home runs. So he's been hitting the ball really well lately. I think Santana gets this one.
I like that.
Thank you, T.
I like that for sure. Yeah, that's solid. Yeah, I actually looked at even taking the Guardians money line. There's no batting edge, but pitching edge is pretty big there. So I like where Robo's head's at there. Guys, let's shift the attention here. We talked enough about MLB today. Let's talk about some NBA in here right now. Like I said, I do have a max play. If you're watching this stream and you go to fan bases, you can use the code TP3 to get 40% off my max play today and join one of my packages. But with that being said, first game up here, my Atlanta Hawks take on the Orlando Magic as 5.5-point underdogs. The total in this game is as high as 219 now. Bro, what are you doing with this game?
So, I got to say, I really wanted to pull it on the Hawks, but I got to tell you, Orlando's really, really, really physical. And I just couldn't pull the trigger on the Hawks. I think they end up winning. But I am going to take Trae Young over 25.5 points. Trae Young over 25.5 points in his last 7 games against just his last 7 games total. 25 points, 30, 19, 37, 41, 31, 18, 19, 38, 28. He's been balling. So 6 and 3 over 25.5 points. He always plays well in the playoffs. He's averaging 27 points per game in the playoffs. Last series that the Hawks were in the playoffs was against the Celtics in 2023, and he scored 30-plus points in 4 of 6 games. Guys, Ice Trey is playoff mode. I think there's going to be points in this, this fucking – we're going to talk about it as we go forward. There's going to be points in this game for sure, and I like Trae Young to be a big benefactor of that for the Hawks. So we're going to take Trae Young over his points today. T, do you have a play in that game?
Yeah, I absolutely love your play right there. Trae Young usually comes out to play in these big games. Also, guys, for what it's worth, Paolo Banchero scored 30-plus in his last 3 matchups against the Hawks, so him over 29.5 points is not a bad look either. With that being said, those would be my 2 top prop looks in this game today would be Trae and Paolo. I know it's very chalky, but the numbers really back it up here. And like you said, Trae Young, guys, comes to play in the biggest games. Let's not forget, Trae Young is Mr. Big Game. Like, he always shows out in huge games, and here in this game, guys, I like the over of 219. So I took it at 218, still take it at 219. Look, when I look at this matchup between these teams tonight, the Hawks' lowest total all season long was a 219.5, or no, it was 217.5 against the Magic, and the game went over. It saw 223 points. Other than that, with Trae Young in the lineup, or sorry. So the Hawks' lowest total this season was against the Timberwolves at 217.5. There we go. I fucked it up. And Trae Young didn't play in that game. The game went under. And then their next lowest total all season long was 221.5 against Orlando. And the game went over. So this is the lowest total the Hawks have been all season long with Trae Young in the lineup. I know it's playoffs. I know it's win or go home. This line's too low. The Hawks have gone over this number in 24 straight games. This is an Orlando total, but Atlanta's not going to win the game playing Orlando's game. They're going to try to enforce their style of basketball here in the game. While I do think Orlando wins, I do think Orlando can probably cover this number. I think the Hawks are going to be scrappy here. They're going to compete, and I think this game is going to go over the total. It's way too low.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. And it's cool that our picks kind of correlate here. So I like that. And I'm rooting for your Hawks to get the dub, man. I really am. The next game that we have, T, is Warriors versus the
Memphis Grizzlies.
Yeah, the Grizzlies. Why the fuck? I had a complete brain fart. The Grizzlies. You guys know who I'm on now. But T, please tell us if you have a play in this game. If you do, what's your insight here? What do you got?
Yeah, so it is the Hawks just win to 6. Sharp money's all over Orlando here. Yeah, I like so I have a max play in this game on the side. I won't talk about the side angle of this game here. I do have a prop I'll give you all that I like. And then I also have the lean on the total. So, guys, in the play-in games, the totals under are 7-1 to the under in the 7 versus the 8 teams. Obviously, I just took the over in one of them, but that's because the line just doesn't make any sense. Here, again, steam down all day. It's 227.5 here. I think this game's going to go under. Typically, playoff basketball goes into half-court style basketball. We have the 6th and the 3rd worst half-court offenses in all of the NBA facing off here. So I think this game probably stays under the total. But my other prop lean here is Jaren Jackson Jr. over 26.5 points and rebounds. We just saw Zubac absolutely destroy Golden State inside. This is definitely a lower line than Jackson Jr. typically sees. And I think Ja Morant's going to draw a lot of defensive attention, especially from Draymond Green. So I think that hits. And I also don't hate Draymond Green to go over 6.5 assists here. I think he's going to get these rebounds, look to push pace, and try to get the ball out to guys like Steph Curry and Jimmy Butler.
Yeah. Yep. Dude. Oh, man. We're really in synergy right here on the weekly win streak, and it makes me feel good. When I'm on the NBA Savant side, it makes me feel good. Hey, Jeremy, what's up, Way Boomin'? Guys, thank you all for anyone who's tuning in. Really appreciate it a lot. We can't do it without you. Guys, you know T's play is going to cash. I like the under. I saw it at 228 earlier this morning, and I was like, what the fuck? These teams averaged combined in the last 5 over 240. Why is this number at 228? They are like literally begging you to take the over, and it's just not. Guys, I think this is going to be a close game, and me personally, I prefer to play the favorite on the money line if it's a close game than the dog. I'm public P. That's kind of just the way I am. But I like the Warriors here. And for a lot of the same reasons that T illustrated the under, I like the Warriors money line. It's a 2-leg parlay I'm going to give out. Warriors money line, and you're going to parlay that with under 240.5. Now, I got it at minus 135 earlier. I have no idea what it is now, considering it just got lower, or the total got lowered. If you can get it for anything under minus like 155, 160, I'm cool with it. I know it's a lot of juice, but here's the thing. We just told you the under is the play. If you're getting 240, that's 12, 13 points of value, 240.5. And then Warriors money line, they're favored by 7. So you're getting almost 20 points against Vegas one way or the other, whether it's against the spread or it's on the total. But I 100% wholeheartedly believe the advantage comes to experience with Steph Curry, with Dre, obviously with Jimmy Butler. Then you have the coach with Steve Kerr. And then the only way that advantage comes to full fruition is if they play at their speed. Like the Grizzlies are, I think, number 1 in pace in the entire league. And the Warriors know that. They're an older team, but they have Steph, they have Dre, who's been running pick and roll, pick and pop, backdoor screens for freaking a decade and a half. And then you have the best, well, maybe the best now with Shai. Shai's really good in the mid to low post as a guard, but one of the best low to mid post guards in all of the NBA for ISO situations. I think it's going to be slow it down ISO ball. We're taking the Warriors money line under 240.5. That's the play for the late night game.
Love that play.
I love that you love it. Oh man, like I said, when the NBA savant speaks, you listen.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a tight game for sure between Warriors and Grizzlies here. Bro,
Yeah.
anything else you want to talk about, man, before we get out of here? We went 21 minutes strong. We're both a little under the weather here. Anything else you want to touch on or hit on before we get out of here?
No, I did just forget to mention that the reason I took the money line is because I absolutely think this is going to be a close game, and I think it's going to be decided by free throws or a big shot at the end. If I had a lean on, if you're telling me 7 points, it's way too many points. It's just way too many. But that's all I have to say there. T, I hope you feel better. I'm going to go get some fucking honey and some tea. This is ass here.
Yeah, man, it's pretty fucking miserable. But yeah, bro, let's fucking cash tonight, guys. Let's get this fucking money. Bro, anything else you want to say before we get out of here, man?
Love you guys.
Peace, guys.